breaking the law, if you're not doing anything wrong, then you shouldn't worry what the government is doing.
Terrorism, 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 Al-Qaeda, Mohammed, terrorism, terrorism, war in Iraq, war in Afghanistan, Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden.
It's not like my government would ever do it to me, but guess what? You're wrong.
Protest is now illegal in the U.S. Move along, citizen.
And yet we just sit there and calmly feel and say, oh, they're making us safe.
I don't even know whose side I'm on.
Okay, this is straight out of 1984. We're living in a police state.
I never had a choice of what happened to me.
Our government now works for the banks.
America, the greatest losses to our freedom have come not from someone attacking us, but from the government ignoring the Constitution and the majority letting them get away with it.
Yeah, we torture. Yeah, we spy on you. Yeah, we do all of this, but it's no big deal. Get used to it. You know what? We're not going to get used to it.
Police have opened fire on the crowd.
We're all in serious, serious danger.
Millions of dollars spent on new police gear, trucks ready to function as rolling barricades.
What you have here is, this is the wars coming home.
If anybody doesn't believe this government is capable of doing these kinds of things, you're out of your mind.
Intellectual capacity to think of their own self-interest in any other way than the next 5 minutes.
It's time to wake up.
Wake up, America!
Wake up, America.
Hello, world. We are Anonymous. You have just had a preview of what may come with the New World Order. But the good news is that there really is nothing to fear. We are all eternal beings in a holographic illusion, and death is not the end. Watch the following video, and this fact will be proven to you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Introduce everyone that you know to the Holographic Illusion series, for this is the suppressed knowledge that the elite have hidden in order to control the masses. Once you know the truth, you will be powerful beyond measure. And with great power comes great responsibility. Good luck. We are Anonymous. We do not forget.
The human hologram.
Expect us.
Humanity itself is an illusory form. The human hologram is made up of the same atoms. When viewed under a microscope, you'll see a mass of energy vibrating. Every part of the body is a smaller version of the whole body, and this is why every cell contains all the information necessary to create an entire human form. Everything we think we see in the three-dimensional realm are simply light particles, energy atoms swirling around at an incredible speed. There is virtually nothing physical in an atom. The swirl of atoms creates such an incredible blur that it is impossible to see through them. Therefore, they appear real and physical, and ultimately the three-dimensional world seems to take on substance or matter. If, however, they were forced to slow down and eventually stop, you would see right through them and into the eternal state, and who we really are would be evident. Now, before we go any further, One of the most important symbols to know and remember is this symbol. Now don't get bogged down at the mythological reference given. This symbolizes the 3 levels of consciousness, or the 3 main levels of the illusion. This is like a formula for looking at everything in this 3-dimensional universe. There are also sub-levels within these 3 levels themselves. This concept must be understood to comprehend this occult knowledge and understand this documentary as it is explained on different levels of the illusion, sometimes away from mainstream. The reason we need this formula is because we cannot see everything with our limited 5 senses. Even with complex technology, this is still limited. Once again, we view this technology with the same limited senses. Another reason is that we've been disconnected from other realms of reality and cannot see the other frequencies or realms. For example, the human body on one level of the illusion is flesh, blood and bones. Yet on another level, the body is a waveform made from light and chakra points and has waves of auras emanating throughout the body. Another deeper look at the body, which is made up of light atoms, the electrons spinning around quickly to give the illusion of solidarity form. The final level of this is the atoms and molecules themselves are like source codes or matrix codes of information. Is about the ether. Now listen closely to what I'm about to tell you. This was edited out of The Secret Law of Attraction and The Law of Success, including most versions of Napoleon Hill's classic. Every known thought, every known idea, every invention known to man exists in the ether. The ether is a great cosmic mass of eternal forces of vibration. It is made up of both destructive vibrations and constructive vibrations. The space between the planets is very much alive. That it is the highest form of vibration known, the vibrations of thought. The ether is all around us. We access the ether at will through thinking, but some people can access it at higher levels, which we will discuss in the free ebook. When Alexander Graham Bell gave us the telephone, he hinted that it had been done before. The old devices have been reinvented, he observed. The Earth. Beautiful Earth, in her majestic state, when formed, was nothing as it looks today. We can only now view the Earth in the 3-dimensional frequency range, but the Earth has many dimensions. So now we have established that there was no missing link found simply because there is no such thing as a missing link. All cultures began suddenly and fully developed 6,000 years ago. They did not rise to their peak. They were at their peak from the beginning. Our ancestors had access to the ether of thought and knew the answers to every question. Every idea, every known to man, is stored in the ether. Some call the Akashic records of the healer arc-echelon. Every inventor in history went with his bioplasmatic body attached to the silver cord and accessed these thoughts. The inventor knew how to put all these ideas together piece by piece for the invention to come together. Also, people in their sleep can acquire great ideas, inventions, and mathematical and scientific blueprints that form these inventions. Great writings are acquired in the same way. Before the deluge, this was done so much easier than now, as humanity was tuned in to higher frequencies of consciousness, a direct link to the intelligence source. So, no one up to this day has ever discovered anything, just a rediscovery. Think of the human mind like this: a state-of-the-art computer with a hard drive having access to every possible infinite supply of software programs that's never, ever, ever ending. That's the ether. The fabricated stories of alien spirits or channeling the dead are all communications of thought in the ether. Channelers channel thoughts from the ether. Every human brain communicates with infinite intelligence, but only a few know how to master it. Someone has been lying to us. It needs to stop. People need to know the truth. Explanations. To answer the many intelligent questions that have been asked on the Holographic Universe series, made for Year 6 students to comprehend, including questions like, if a truck hits me, will I feel it? Is that an illusion? Or is paying the bills every week an illusion? The answer is yes. It's still an illusion. This 3D illusion is our reality and our experience. We see it and feel it on every level of our existence through the 5 senses. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one, said Albert Einstein. In 1982, a remarkable event took place. At the University of Paris, a research team led by physicist Alain Aspect performed what may turn out to be one of the most important experiments of the 20th century. You did not hear about it on the evening news. In fact, unless you're in the habit of reading scientific journals, you'll probably have never even heard Aspect's name, though there are some who believe his discovery may change the face of science. You can read about it at www.theholographicdisclosure.com. There is no out there. It's all happening inside our brains. The universe is inside us. The universe is there only when we wish to observe it. Every section of it breaks down to a level one wishes to observe. The three-dimensional plane is just an illusion of electrons, protons, and neurons buzzing around at breakneck speed, creating the illusion of matter, time, and space. There is no such thing as matter, no such thing as time, and no such thing as space. Scientists can't understand why subatomic particles can communicate instantly with each other over staggering distances because they're thinking in terms of space, but there is no space involved.
Nice shot.
How can a system or an object be in 2 or more states at the same time?
It's very easy. Instead of thinking of things as things, we all have a habit of thinking that everything around us is already a thing, existing without my input, without my choice. You have to banish that kind of thinking. Instead, you really have to recognize that even the material world around us, the chairs, the tables, the rooms, the carpet, camera included, all of these are nothing but possible movements of consciousness. And I'm choosing moment to moment out of those movements to bring my actual experience into manifestation. This is the only radical thinking that you need to do. But it is so radical, it's so difficult, because our tendency is that the world is already out there, independent of my experience. It is not. Quantum physics has been so clear about it. Heisenberg himself, co-discoverer of quantum physics, said atoms are not things. They are only tendencies. So instead of thinking of things, you have to think of possibilities. They are all possibilities of consciousness.